Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. I'm very excited today because this is the next weekly update that I'm doing, giving little updates about my reading, what I've been reading manga-wise, and sort of giving an update for my October reads. So, first thing that I read this week, or at least within the last few weeks, because I haven't done a video in a while, but I finished Salem's Lot, which I've already done a review for, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but I thought it was really slow. And then over the weekend, or I guess like Thursday to Saturday, I read probably one of the coolest books that I've read in a while, and it is Junji Ito's No Longer Human. This is the manga version that Junji Ito did of the adaptation by Osamu Dazai. And I love this book. I really enjoyed it. This was lent to me by my partner, and we ended up exchanging Junji Ito books. I gave them Uzumaki, and they gave me No Longer Human. So this isn't my copy, so I do need to return it, but I'm going to do a full spoiler review later in the week. I'll probably record that tomorrow, and then I also did a review already of the manga reviews for volumes 22 to 26 of Berserk. I just finished up talking about that. I think it's like a 35-minute video. So I'm very excited to edit it and release that later this week. But I've been really kind of doing a lot of Japanese horror lately, because I've also been doing a lot of Japanese horror movies, and I just started a Era Video box set called J-Horror Rising, and the first movie that I watched from that was really interesting. I don't remember the name of it, but it was sort of like a post-Ringu type of story where there was haunted houses and really cool sequences, but it wasn't the most interesting. And then there was another one called like Isalo or Isano. It's like the 6 personalities of a girl or something like that is the subtitle. That one was fun. A lot of cool ideas, but that movie didn't really interest me overall. But I really enjoyed No Longer Human, and after reading it, I was like, I'm just gonna stick to Japanese or to Japan for a while. So I was really happy to sort of watch some movies and the J-horror genre that I haven't seen yet. But I've also been, before I read my next book, I've been reading a lot of H.P. Lovecraft, which is what I was doing this morning. I read a few of the short stories. They're fun. I don't really have much to say about them. Lovecraft continues to astound me, and the way that he describes a lot of the terrifying elements. But I think in terms of everything else, aside from that, it's very kind of like hit or miss. Like, it's just kind of fine. I finished the Horror from Dunwich, I think is what it's called. That one was really good. I just finished that. But that was... I'm trying to think. I think that's what it's called, Horror from Dunwich. But that one was really good, really atmospheric, very apocalyptic feeling, which I love as someone who reads a lot of Berserk and Book the New Sun and everything like that. That was really cool, but I don't really enjoy these stories as much. I mostly read it from like a historical perspective, where I'm like, okay, I love Lovecraftian movies and books like that, but I've never read H.P. Lovecraft. So this is sort of more like just seeing how I react to them. I think I give the overall book, like the collected short stories, like a 3.5 out of 5. I'm really enjoying them, but a lot of them are very hit or miss. I think my favorite one was Dagon. I really enjoyed Color Out of Space. That one was just fantastic. Probably my favorite one out of all of them. I'm really excited to read Reanimator and At the Mountains of Madness. Those two I'm really excited to read, but the books that I want to read next are actually much smaller books, but they're still horror focused. So me and my partner actually went on a date to the Cat Cafe in Greensboro, and there was a bookstore right beside it. And they're having a really cool sort of author event for this book. And it's The Devil's Done Come Back, which is a short story collection of ghost stories from North Carolina, which is where I live. And I'm really excited to read this because I just want some really like spooky stories for this month to read. And there were some really cool sort of quotes on the back that I read, and sort of just a really cool like spooky feeling that I get from reading it. So I'm hoping it's good. If not, that's fine. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it anyways. But I'm also going to be reading, and I was not expecting this, but I found it for a really low price, George R. R. Martin's Fever Dream. So I've never read anything outside of Song of Ice and Fire. That's my favorite series of all time. Although I do have to say that it's no longer my top series because there hasn't been a book in 14 years. So it's just sort of like an honorable mention is why I put that series. But I've never read his standalones. So Fever Dream was an obvious one for me to read this month because it's a vampires on a boat trying to spread vampirism through America, which sounds awesome. I'm very excited to see what George R. R. Martin has in terms of that kind of story and see how good it is, because I've heard a lot of great things about Fever Dream. And I really hope that he can finish The Winds of Winter, and I have no hope for Dream for Spring or Dream of Spring. So this is sort of what I have left to enjoy by George R. R. Martin, so I'm excited to read it, but I'm not going to put too many expectations on the book because of my heavy, heavy love for A Song of Ice and Fire. I think that's one of my favorite series of all time. But yeah, this was sort of a shorter video. I didn't want to take too much time, but I'm very excited for this month. I love Spooktober, and I definitely miss being able to watch horror movies, but it's very impossible now. So I do what I can. So thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.